Influence of heredity and environment. Today we will do the heredity and environment chapter. Heredity, meaning and definition. Human beings have a common genetic structure, but all humans carry different sets of genetic traits that they get from their parents. This include eye color, hair, body type, height, skin color, etc. Therefore, heredity can be defined as the transmission of genetic traits from parents to their children. As per Peterson, heredity may be defined as what one gets from his ancestral stock through his parents. This include nature, character traits, look, intelligence, and cognitive skills. Heredity means it never change from life to death. It's home to tomb. Now we will see the effects of heredity. The effects of heredity on various aspects of human personality are given below. Number one is on physical characteristic. Number one, this refers to the look or physical feature. A child inherits biological heredity that is transferred through the genes and chromosomes. For instance, parents with a good height and health physique generally have tall and strong children. Thus, offspring will resemble their parents. Second point of heredity, effects of heredity is a gene is a primary base of heredity. It is a selection of DNA that comprises coded instruction. Therefore, child development is largely affected by heredity factors. Twins and siblings will have a similar genetic formations, but the coded instruction may have a modification. And number three is the offspring may not resemble his parents, and thus there are variations. Therefore, every individual is unique in some way or to the other. For instance, color of eye may be different, or children may not be as tall as their parents. Now we will see on intelligence, effects on intelligence on heredity. Specific genetic traits are responsible for the intelligence of a child, and they associate IQ levels of parents and siblings. The ability of effective learning, analysis, and decision-making capacity develops from the level of intelligence that a child inherits. According to H. Goddard, intelligent parents will have intelligent children, while dull parents will have dull children. The mental ability inherited by a child determines how the child develops emotionally. The kind of emotional development in a child affects the way a child develops his social, moral, and linguistic skills. Now we will see the significance or importance of heredity. Significances or importance of heredity are as follows. Heredity lays down the foundation for the intellectual potential or ability of a child, thus showing its inborn talent. Average inherits different type of intelligence from its parents. Some inherit analytic intelligence, others are highly creative, while some others may have more of practical intelligence. Parents and teachers should therefore observe and identify the children's potential domains and the nature and develop this area in such children. Some inherent analytical intelligence, others are highly creative, while some others may have more of practical intelligence. Parents and teachers should therefore observe and identify the children's potential domains and their nature, develop this area in such children. Third point, heredity determines maturation, which is a factor affecting learning. Unfolding of genetical directed changes as the child develops basic motor skills like walking, running, and jumping emerges primarily as a result of neurological brain development, increased strength, and increased muscles control. Changes that are largely determined by inherited biological instruction. Heredity determines personality, that is, temperament. Children seem to have distinct temperaments almost from birth. Last point, temperaments of an individual dictates general activity level, adaptability, persistence, adventurousness, shyness, inhibition level, irritability, and destructibility. Now we will do environment. Environment meaning and definition. Environment is a sum total of our surrounding. The word environment has derived from French word Invornia, meaning to surround. It refers to the environment in which organisms live. Human beings interact with the environment more vigorously than other living beings. Human beings are surrounded by air, water, vegetation, mountain, plateaus, rivers, and other objects. All these together make up the environment. In other words, environment refer to those which surrounded the living being from all sides and affect their life in total. Environments play an important role in the development of human life. Contribution of environment is equally important to the development of human life, as is the contribution of heredity. So some psychologists call psychological environment as social heredity. Last, behavioral psychologists have laid more emphasis on environment as compared to heredity. Definition of environment given by various thinkers are, according to N. Nestes, environment is that factor which affects a human being best beside his life. According to Holland and Douglas, the term environment is used to describe in exaggerate all the external forces, influences, and conditions which affect the life, nature, behavior, and the other development and maturity of living organism. And last, according to Gisbert, environment is anything immediately surrounding an object and exerting a direct influences on it. Effects of environment. Environment affects the development of a child in various ways. These are as follows. Number 1 is physical dissimilarities. Though physical attributes are mostly hereditary, but effect of environment can be clearly seen. For instance, people living in mountainous area are short structure, whereas people living in a plain are generally tall and strong. Last point, for many generations, it has been observed that changes of location affects a person's physical structure. And number 2, effects on superiority of races. Some races are intellectually superior to others, not because of heredity, but because of environment. These areas are able to score better on tests as they are equipped with a better intellectual, culture, and social environment. Second point, if a son of a great leader is left in an incompatible environment devoid of good intellectual and cultural atmosphere, he will not be able to become a great like his father. Effects on personality is the third point of effects of environment. Number 1 is personality development or modulation depends more on environment than heredity factor. Any person can evolve into a better human being if he gets a proper environment. It is a fact that personality changes due to differences in environment. Number 2, we come across many examples near us where people who are born in low income or people family have been able to rise due to better environment which enable their capabilities to work to the full potential. Newman, Freeman, and Holzinger studied 20 pairs of twins who were kept in a different environment to prove this. They kept on one child of pair of twins in rural area on a farm and the other of a pair was nurtured in an urban areas full of social and cultural facilities. When both children of these pairs grew up, considerable differences was found in their personality trait. The child of the pair who was brought up in a rural background was found to be a discourteous, full of anxiety and less intelligent. On the contrary, the child of the same pair who was brought up in an urban environment was found to be a more sophisticated, carefree and more intelligent. Last point of the effects of environment. Fourth point, effects on mental growth. Number 1 is the psychologist guardian is of the view that mental growth slows down in human beings in the absence of proper social and cultural atmosphere. Last, he conducted a study on a children living in reverence area. The environment of these children was had and away from a good effect of society. The study reveals that these children's mental development was also hampered due to their environment. One more point is left. Environment's multiple effect on growing children. Environments play a crucial role in the development of physical, mental, social, emotional aspects of any human being. The study of a child who was reared in a deep forest shows that he was reared among wild animals. Some hunters caught hold of this child in 1979. At that time, he was 11 or 12 years. His physical structure became like that of animal. He used to walk with his hands and legs and eat raw meat. He was not able to think and speak like human. All the efforts to educate and make him civilized failed. Now we will see the nature versus nurture. Nature refers to the genetic influence to or the traits inherited by a child from its parents. Nature is all about the upbringing of a child or the environment in which a child grows. Philosophers like Plato and Socrates suggest that a child is born with intelligence, talents, and skills that is regardless of environmental influences. Thinkers like John Locke believe that the mind starts like a blank slate and knowledge is determined by experiences. However, the impact of nature, heredity, and environment, nurture, or child development is equally essential. Heredity begins the moment an ovum is fertilized, while the role of environment begins with the birth of the child. But both play their roles throughout the life of a child. For example, a wrestler has a strong body type due to a genetic influences, but his fitness and stamina depends upon the food and surroundings which he lives and practices.